Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do another quick channel update for you today. Now I had the week off work this week and to be fair I've been pretty busy. I've been in the workshop playing around with a few things, looking at a few new projects for the upcoming weeks, and I've also been playing around on the computer a bit. Now I'm not a massively technological person, but I've been umming and ahhing recently as whether or not to kind of link up to other forms of social media to go sort of alongside with the YouTube channel. And now there was a couple of options. There was Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these kind of things. Now Facebook I'm familiar with, I use Facebook myself. Twitter and Instagram are completely unknown entities to me. And having had a brief look at them, I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to try them. But what I have done, and you can just about see behind me on the screen, I've just put together a Facebook page. So for anybody that kind of regularly chats to me in the comments, or anybody that just wants to get in touch, you're more than welcome to do so either on YouTube or via this new Facebook page. Now if you just search for Woodcraft Hamster on Facebook, you'll find it, and I'll put links into the description below as well. It's very limited at the moment. I've just got a few photos, a couple of video clips, a few little bits and pieces of information, but the idea behind it really is it's somewhere for me to put other content that I wouldn't necessarily look at putting on the YouTube channel. You know, I can throw up a few photos, I can kind of put a few notes up about what I'm working on or what I'm thinking about working on, and hopefully it's going to be somewhere where you guys, if you're interested in this kind of thing, can come on and either ask questions or, you know, ask me to do a video about a particular topic, that kind of thing. And really it's just a way for you guys to connect with me a little bit more, and hopefully for it's like-minded people to connect with each other as well. Now on that note, very good friend of mine, Sammy, has also recently put together a Facebook page. It's called the Bushcraft Club. And basically its whole purpose is to get like-minded people, people who are interested in bushcrafting, to get together on the same page. You can swap ideas, you can swap stories, you know, maybe even get together and meet up with people if someone's got access to a bit of land near you or vice versa. And I think it's a really good idea. Now I've been out bushcrafting with Sammy several times. I must admit we haven't been out recently, and it's something we've both said that we really do need to change. So hopefully I'll look at doing that in the next couple of months. You know, get Sammy a bit of exposure on the YouTube channel, and you guys can see what we do when we're out and that kind of thing. Now Sammy's a much more accomplished bushcrafter than I am, I would say. You know, I tend to focus on my wood carving. You know, we can both go and set up a camp somewhere and we can get a fire going and that kind of thing, whereas I'll rely on things like a ferro rod or maybe a flint and steel. Sammy is pretty good at some of the traditional techniques. You know, he can certainly do a bow drill fire relatively well, and you know, quite what's the word I'm looking for, you know, more often than not, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. Whereas I, and to my shame, have never yet created an ember from a bow drill enough to be able to get some nested material into flame. And it's something I really should do more of. I just don't really want to. I know that's a bad thing to say, but you know, I've got very frustrated with it over the sort of the course of the last few years I've been trying it. So maybe I'll revisit it. I don't know. We'll see what comes of that. So I highly recommend checking out Sammy's page, which is the Bushcraft Club, and I'll put a link up for that as well. I mean, it's predominantly aimed at people in the UK, but there's absolutely no reason why people overseas can't buy into this as well. You know, link up on there and either speak to some people in the UK and sort of differences and variations of bushcraft between the two countries. Alternatively, you know, there's no reasons why different people from different parts of the world can't use it as a link up spot as well. And that leads me on to the last thing, and I was a little bit unsure about this, but I've basically decided to start a blog. Now I read quite a few blogs, and I always thought, you know what, they look like so much hassle and so much work, but I've been doing a little bit of research into it. I know a few people who run their own blogs, and they've all said the same thing, which is essentially, you know, it's not that difficult. It depends how much time you want to put into it as to whether you put on 5 different posts a week or 1 a month or whatever it might be. So this is my new blog, and I appreciate you're looking at this from a distance. I've only got a couple of articles on here at the moment. One is about the fro, which I think is a often very misunderstood and little used tool, which you'll see if you read the article. I've also got a little synopsis of our applewood bowl or quaich that we made in my recent carving series. So again, it's kind of a little bit of text, little bit of photo, and that's kind of what I'm going for here. The Facebook page and this blog are really meant to be as sort of companions to the YouTube channel. The blog I'm hoping to write in such a way that if you don't have access to YouTube or you're not interested in YouTube, you don't need to have watched the videos for this to make sense. I'm also going to use it to post other little topics here and there that are either something that I don't feel is really a kind of a video worthy topic, or where I can expand on something I've already said without having the video run on for 10, 20, 30 minutes. So that's my channel update. So a few new things, certainly new for me. I'll ask you to bear with me on the Facebook page and the blog because I'm still finding my feet. There's very little content on there at the moment, but I am looking at sort of quality, not quantity, certainly for the time being. But I hope it's something that will interest you guys. I'd love it if you all went over and just at least had a look at the pages. Give me your thoughts, give me your impressions. I'll make sure there's a link to the blog in the description below as well. But that's really it, guys. So I hope it's useful. I hope it's something that you guys will find as a good outlet for getting a little bit more information. Hopefully I'll be able to put things like updates on there, things that relate to the YouTube channel, or if they don't relate to it directly, it'll relate to bushcrafting and woodcrafting and all the kind of things that I normally talk about. So anyway, guys, like I say, hope it was useful. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks, guys.